Hey, do you like the picture? I know the lion really speaks to you. Can you think of another moment where there was a wall and shofars and a roar? Yeah, it was with Jericho, right? And you know, I was just thinking of the challenge that God has for you to build this house of prayer and to conquer big giants like King Sihon and King Og and those strongholds that reside in South Africa. And it must be a little bit like when Joshua was prepared to go into the promised land, you know? The other day somebody sent me a text and it was kind of making a joke saying, Mr. President, can you please tell me why would you have an issue with a person that is on the beach surfing not wearing a mask? Can you give an account on this case of corruption and the next case of corruption? And he listed it and it went past 100 and then it went past 200 cases that are currently cases of corruption in South Africa. And I must be honest, I looked at that and I thought, oh gosh, is that what's going on? And yet, that was the report of the spies. The spies said, oh, this country is so filled with giants and with problems and we won't make it. And yet, the good spies came back and said, yes, there are problems, but God is with us. And that's the word that I feel the Lord wants to give to you. Deuteronomy 31, verse 6, 7, and 23, God speaks to Joshua through Moses and he says to him, be courageous. Be strong, don't be fearful, because I'll be with you. And then 2 pages further, in Joshua 1, he repeats those exact same things. And again, verse 6, verse 7, and then I'm going to read only verse 9. He uses the same kinds of words. But by verse 9, he says this, have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid. Do not be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So you are going to hit some really difficult things and face some giants. But because the Lord is with you, you're going to be able to conquer. And that I'm looking forward to see.
Hey!
Hello!
So good to be here together with Hermana. And
Yes.
we had a talk about you and we so love you and we want to say some words that during the prayer we received and would you like
Yeah,
to
we're
share?
so excited to hear what the Lord is doing in your life right now and where He's bringing you. And it's such an honor to first have you as part of our wedding. And yeah, we just have a heart and we just kind of fell in love with you, just like we do with Ruan. And now we have this, and now with the understanding that you guys are both doing a work of ministry in South Africa, we're so excited and we're so blessed. And we wanted to send you blessings from Jerusalem to you from Jerusalem and to South Africa into the work you're doing. And yes, we had a time of prayer and we came up with these scriptures.
Don't share.
Yeah, so first I will go. As I was praying for you, we're entering into, we actually are staying now at a house of prayer in Jerusalem overlooking the Mount of Olives. You'll see this shortly. But I was in our prayer room and I had been praying, asking, Lord, what do you want to say to Yaakov? And immediately I got this. When I walked into the prayer room, I saw a picture of this dot book. This dot book having horns. And it wasn't a long one. It was, it wasn't an old dot book. It was a young dot book, but still mature. And its horns were fully formed. And I just felt like you as like a prince. Someone who has authority and someone who has the ability to walk with grace up in type and scale up on the side of a mountain. Even mountains and in places and even ways that others would think this is hard, this is difficult, this is something I can't do. But I believe that the Lord has given you a special grace to be able to climb that and walk it with ease and grace. And the scripture that came along with this was in Psalm 42. And it says, "As the deer pants for brooks of water, so my soul pants for you, O God." And I see that you have this kind of heart, a heart that longs after the Lord, and a heart that thirsts. And I believe this is why the Lord has placed you in this house, a place of prayer and intimacy with Him. He's brought you into that because you've already cultivated that kind of lifestyle and that kind of heart already. And then I was praying and asking, Lord, what do you have for him? What scripture verse do you have for him in the next year? And the scripture I got was also in Psalm, but Psalm 57, verses 6 through 11. It says, "They prepared a net for my steps, and my soul is bowed down. They have dug a pit before me, and into the midst of this pit they themselves have fallen. My heart is steadfast, O God. My heart is steadfast. I will sing and give praise. Awake, my glory. Awake, lute and harp. I will awaken the dawn. I will praise you, O Lord, amongst the peoples. I will sing to you amongst the nations. For your mercy reaches unto the heavens, and your truth unto the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be above all the earth." And I believe this is where God has for you next year. And this next year is going to look like, even though you might have enemies or even trials and situations that would want to come against you, and maybe even people have ideas or thoughts that might be negative towards you, that even those things and the schemes that they might have planned, they themselves will fall victim to it. But you are steadfast to the Lord, and He sees this steadfastness, and He sees your heart and your passion in the place of prayer, in the place of worship, and this is where that awake my glory, awake heart and lute, and I will awaken the dawn. These things I believe that the Lord is calling you not just to praise in your personal time, but also a call to praying and praise and worship over the nations. And it's all to bring the glory of God from heaven to earth. So with that, I bless you.
So, and a little part about the house of prayer, the first word that I received, it was Isaiah 56, and it says, "All these I will bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices will be accepted on my altar, for my house will be called a house of prayer for all peoples." And I believe that God, He's promising, He's saying that actually all sacrifices and burnt offerings, they will be accepted in the house that you open, in the house for other people and other peoples, it says. And God accepted that. And every time when you enter into that place, into the house of prayer, you will be filled with joy. And it says, God will make you to be joyful in His house of prayer. And also, I'm very excited about the next Psalm 84 that says more personal. That's what I received, and it says blessed. So it means happy, fortunate, and even to be envied is the man whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. Passing through the valley of weeping, they make it a place of springs. The early rain also fills the pools with blessings. They go from strength to strength, increasing in victorious power. Each of them appears before God in Zion. And that was a word that I felt for the season that is coming in your life, that God will make it. When you go through even a valley of weeping, you will make it a place of springs. And every time when you take step, it will bring the early rain and with blessings. So this is the authority, the blessing that God gives you to make springs of water, living water. And also you will move and increasing in victorious power. That is a blessing, and we bless you and we love you. And you know why I'm staying with the sheep? So it's like the picture that I saw, like the the picture that I saw you with this shell and carrying a sheep. And it was one sheep, and you was walking like a long distance, and then you enter into a place actually where you had so many other sheep. And I heard and received that now this is a time when you carry sheep, and God is giving you a sheep that you will nurse and you will carry, and it will bring you to a place where actually you will have so many sheep that God will put you to take care of. So, and I bless you with that, to be that good shepherd for a sheep of God, and He will bring you many, many other sheep. And
Yom yom uledet, yom yom uledet, yom yom uledet le Yaakov. Yom yom uledet, yom yom uledet, yom yom uledet le Yaakov.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
But also we want to show you something. Do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
Let's walk. Let's walk in.
So this is the view.
And Israel is waiting for you again. Much more. We're sending you a blessing from Jerusalem, from the Mount of Olives in your special day. Be blessed. Be blessed.
Hey, you want to hold?